Hey, Juvy, it's Doug again, and as before, I'm out of the office again today and tomorrow. But I thought I'd leave you another video instruction of and grade of what's going on. So let me go through this. I can see that you did and changed all the SKUs. So today I'm going to show you how to do a matrix. But just let me take a look at these really quick. I mean, they all looked pretty good when I looked at them. So, you know, you've got the picture, you've got the SKU, you got the category, you have the brand matches the vendor, the manufacturer SKU matches the vendor ID, you have our default price, MSRP, online price, whether it's discounted, is it a taxable item or non-taxable item, and additionally, you know, just additional information you have here. So it all looks good. If I go to the next one, I think it looks great also. So here we have, you know, a woman's sandal, and it's Rockport stock, and you, I don't know if you made up the SKU or this was their real SKU. I'm gonna assume you made it up. And the only thing I think we would change is vendor cost here, and I get that you probably got this from the vendor. We probably want to just start rounding this to 0. So I saw another one that's 50, so I would keep that. So I would change that just so that it has an even price point. And we're going to start doing that in general. And then if I go up here, you know, this is great here. If you had a 50 up here, like 140.50, I would leave the 50 cents. But if it's 99 cents or 98 cents or 95 cents, I would just round it up to the nearest dollar. But these all look great, so good job doing that. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one item here before we proceed. This one here, the Larson Weegens. And I get that the vendor did this. Take out this registered trademark whenever you see it. That and ampersands and other special characters, again, databases don't like them. And so if and neither do spreadsheets when you're downloading a spreadsheet. So let's get rid of those wherever we can. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you now is how to make a matrix. Okay, so if I go to inventory here, this shows me all the matrices that we have made. So you can see we have just tons and tons of matrices. I put a lot of SKUs in matrices. It just makes it easier to manage them. If I come down here, let's see, where is it? Matrix attribute sets. I can add a matrix attribute set. You can have 3 attributes in a matrix. For shoes, so I'm going to make one here, and I'm just going to call it shoes, and it's going to have 3 attributes. Shoes tend to come in color, and then size, and then the last one would be width, which is different than size. So you have 3 attributes: shoes, color, size, width. We have other matrices out there that are already using something similar, but I tend to go and create the matrix attribute set if it's not been created that's specific for that kind of category. So I'm going to create that now, okay? Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go back to J.H. Bass and go to the Larson Weegen. Here we go. Here's the Larson Weegen men's. Here you go. The Larson's men's Weegen penny loafer. Okay. And I don't know, were you doing the tassel or the penny? So let me go back to inventory. Here it is. It's the penny loafer. Okay, got it. So now you can see, here I am on the vendor page, and here's the penny loafer here, and this is kind of an odd item here. I don't know if this is the one you grabbed, but This is funny that the sizes that they have available. Let's go back here and just see if there's one that's more regular. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this has all the sizes in a men's shoe. So here's probably the SKU you pulled. It's available in black, wine, which is kind of burgundy color, and then melon, which that kind of looks like a chestnut brown. You can see it comes sizes 7, 7.5, 8, etc. The width, it comes in only one width, which is regular. If you saw that other shoe, they did regular and wide. So they actually did 2 sizes here. This is fundamentally the same product. They just have it classified 2 different ways here. Let's take a look at this one here. Same thing. They only have it in regular. 7 through 14. Men's shoes do half sizes till you get to about, well, here they do 11.5, and then they go to just solid sizes. That tends to be the way men's shoes work. I'm going to go back here. We're going to do this one, right? Since it's okay, this one now I'm showing wide. I don't know why I didn't show before, but maybe it was the color that I picked. Once I picked the color, does it limit it? Yep, there we go. It was the melon. So it's just showing the options. So I'm going to pick black, and then I'm going to come back here to your men's penny loafer here. I'm going to copy this just so I have it and I can pull it in. Now you're going to see what I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to create a matrix. So I'm doing new matrix, and it's going to be, oops, don't want to do that. Actually, I'll go that it's a Larson Weejan penny loafer. So I'm going to copy that here, get rid of that ampersand. The default price is $195. So $195, and don't need it for those 3. And so that means our cost is going to be what, $92.50 if I did my math right. We're not going to add the tag now. We're going to say the category was shoes, men's shoes. The vendor is J.H. Bass. So let's go Bass. Show up. There it is. There's Bass and all the other attributes. Now here is where its matrix kind of comes into itself. You can see here's all the matrix attribute sets that we have. And I created the one called shoes. So now I'm going to select shoes, save it, and now the matrix of shoes has been created. And I can add the brand now. Right, so let's go Bass. Created the brand. And you can see everything else. Now, what colors did this come in? Well, this came, if I go back here, this came in black, brown, and melon. So I'm going to go black, brown, and melon. And those are now options in the matrix, black, brown, and melon. It goes sizes in regular. It's going to go, oops, let's go black. It looks like it's sizes, oh, here we go. It's going to be sizes 7 through 14. And it has at 12, 13, and 14, there's no half sizes. So I'm just going to add the sizes. I'm going to go 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12, 13, and 14. Those are all the sizes we had, the widths that they had, available was regular and wide. So I'm going to type in regular and wide. And now you can see I have a complete matrix built out that has color, size, and width. Different matrices are going to have different attribute sets. For instance, if we're doing diamonds, we're probably going to put carat weight, or we might put the millimeter size that's used. In watch bands actually look very similar to this. The lug width, which is the width of the watch band, is done in millimeters, and then the length is usually just long or short. So different matrices are going to have different attribute sets, but this is just a way to have a family of products put together just the way they appear on the vendor's website. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, you can see that I've created this. I'm going to go see if there's any that are already out there. So I'm going to type in Larson down here, and it's going to search Larson. And there's the one you created. I don't know if you can see that down here at the bottom. Here's the one you created yesterday. And I'm going to, and you can see you have stock, you had a model number, all that. And you can see I can actually now assign it. Now, brown, remember they called it melon. No, they did call it brown. What did we do here? We did wine. That was it. So let me go back here and correct this. This was called wine, which was kind of a burgundy. Melon was what they called brown. So I'm going to go that the size now is, the color is melon. The size that you had here was 10. And it was a regular width. So now, and you can see now that's saved. And if I go to, I'm going to go to that SKU now, and you'll see I can't alter the name anymore because it's part of the matrix, and it now picked up its color, its size, and its width from the matrix itself, okay? Now I'm going to go back to the matrix by clicking this button up here, matrix, and in setup, you can see I only have one setup so far, right? And normally, the last thing I'm going to do here is, we kind of made up this part number before. We're going to make it up again. We're just going to call this a bass. Let's see. Well, let's call it it's a Larson Wegian penny, and this is going to be a 10R. So that's probably, manufacturers might have the part number very similar to that, so that, you know, it tells you what it is, and then it tells you the size in the part number. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the matrix, and here's the setup, and you can see I changed the model number down here, the part number down here. If we had a UPC code, it would go in there, but we don't have a UPC code for this, the barcode. And now I can actually add multiple of these just by doing this plus or minus here. Now, if I could generate all these at once, right? So it would literally create all the SKUs at once, but I don't want to do that because I know from looking at this page that they don't have all of the variants here. They don't have every single one populated. In fact, if I pick black, it only has 7, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 13, and 14 in the black regular width. I'm going to guess that that's either an old model number or they're just running out of it right now. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add 7, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 13, and 14. So to do that, I'm going to go to black, and I think it was 7, so I'm going to add a black 7. Next one was 11, so I'm going to go down here to 11 and add 11. Then they had 11 and a half, so 11 and a half was right underneath it. And you can see it's generating the SKU for me automatically. So I'm going in here. And then 12, 13, and 14. So let me do those. So here's 12. Oops, and I didn't create a 13, did I? So I'm going to go back to my setup. It's good that I did this so I could show you. Here's my setup. Oh, I did do a 13. Well, let's go back and see where it is that I couldn't set it up. I didn't see it here. Maybe I just missed it. Here's 13. Okay, so there's 13, and here's, oops, don't want to do that. I can, now watch this. I'm glad I actually made this mistake. So I created a SKU that I didn't need to create. Now I'm just going to make this my 14. So by coming in here, I can enter it and change it out, okay? So you can see within the Larson family now, I have created the SKUs that are available in black, regular width. I have a 7, I have an 11, I have an 11 and a half, I have a 12, 13, and 14. Now I'm going to come back over here and say, in wide, what did they have? They had 7, 10 and a half, 11, 11 and a half, and 12. So I'm going to go back here to my wide. Here's wide here. I'm going to go, I have a wide 11. I had a wide 7. I have a wide 10 and a half. Just generates it. There's wide 10 and a half. And then I had a wide 12. I think I already did the 11 and a half, didn't I? Oh, no, I got to do the wide 11 and a half. And then I got to do the wide 12, right? And so now if I click over here into setup, you can see, same thing here. Those are all the SKUs that I created. So we still have lots of items in the matrix that don't appear because the vendor's not offering them right now. So they don't offer a 7.5 regular in black. They're not offering an 8 regular in black. Let's go over here and let's just do a couple of wines for a second. I'm going to do wine, regular, and here you can see they have a really, this one they have almost fully populated. They have 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, right? So I'm just going to go in here and just add all the wines. Here's wine regular in 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5. So it's just adding all these SKUs into Lightspeed right now. 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, and 12, and 13. Did they have a 14? And they had a 14. So they had these. They had all these. I'm not going to do the wide here right now. What I'll probably do is assign you to just go in and do a couple of these yourself so you see it. Now, if I go back here, you can see here's my model number, right, that I had here. The model number is probably going to be something like this now. It's going to be now a wine colored 10 regular, and I guess I did B for, no, I didn't do a color up here. So I'm going to make the color M for melon, if you can see that up here, right? So I'm going to copy that, and if I came down here, this is probably now going to be W for wine. This would be B for black, and then it's a 10.5, so I'm going to put 10.5, and then this one would be the wine here. So you can see what I did here. Here, this is kind of the model number, and then in the SKU, normally the vendor would provide the variance items in the SKU itself. So here I have the color, the width, color, size, and width. But we would normally get this from the vendor. So we wouldn't be making these up. Here we're making them up because we don't have an account with Bass, so we don't know what they would actually do. But you can see we've added all those. Now if I actually go into the SKU, now check this out. I go into the SKU, and Lightspeed allows me to move between the SKUs. So if I go to the next one, you can see that everything's here except the vendor ID. Lightspeed does not give you a place where that was added in, so I'm going to have to add the vendor ID in each one of these as I go through. This one's added. Right here it's not, so I'm going to have to add over the vendor ID. And then the other thing that was not added, and so here you can see I have let's go to another one. We're going to do, okay, we'll do this wine. So here's this one, and then you can see the other thing that Lightspeed did not add in automatically because it doesn't know it is what's the photo of the product. So I'm going to just add this here. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to add the image out there. Now I could add this image to any of the wines, right? So if I came in here to my matrix, there's my matrix, right? I'm going to sort it. I think I can sort this by color. And so I could start with the wine color here, and I could just go in and say, browse file, add the color. Next one. Add the color again. Because I sorted these by wine. So I'm going to add all the wine ones, right? Black would have a black photo. The melon would have a melon photo, whatever melon is. I guess it's brown. And here, of course, you can see I still don't have the manufacturer SKU. I don't have the vendor ID. Right? Now I'm going to go here, add a photo again, and you get the idea. Hopefully that gives you an idea. Now I'm going to show you something that's really powerful in this, and you want to be careful. You know, here it says Larson's Penny Loafer, right? But I'm going to call this now Juvy Test Shoe and change it and now if I went into any of these SKUs, it's changed. It's now called the Juvy Test Shoe. And all these have just been renamed. So that's a very powerful feature, and it makes it easy to manage these. I'm going to change it back to Larson Weejan's Penny Loafer and then save it, and now they're all named back to what we wanted to have them named. So that's what we got. So what I would like you to do, so you really become an expert at this, is let's go in and pick all, well, we're going to have to, let's go back to our inventory search, and let's go category shoes, and where it makes sense, go ahead and build matrices. Right now you can see here's all the SKUs that I added. So I added a lot of SKUs. Where would it make sense to build a matrix? Probably makes sense with the Penny Loafer here. Makes sense, basically all these. Now this comfort kit probably would not have a family of products associated. It's probably just a standalone single SKU, so it would not go into a matrix. The protection kit probably does not go into a matrix, but all the shoes probably go into a matrix. And so assignment for today, go build out matrices for the SKUs that you did, and do what I did. Go create a matrix, pull the skew in, and then start populating it. Now, once you feel that you kind of understand it, move on and do another set of shoes, and then do another set of shoes. We don't need to fully populate it because we're not going to sell it. We're going to end up deleting these. But go to a point where it's evident that to yourself that you know how to use this feature, how to set up matrices really well. And then then we can go on to the next lesson. So, but this should occupy a good 3 hours, 4 hours of your day. Okay, let's go back to what Mel had a problem with yesterday, and I'm going to ask Mel to try to connect with you today. If I go to the 276R, the problem, I don't know how this got added in. Okay, we're going to go down here to one of these that it looks like you set up properly. What Mel wanted was we actually should, not for the default, I think it's for the default, we want to add on a soldering charge. So what we should probably do is have a tag here. I'm going to call it S50. I don't think we have, so I'm going to add an S50. That means add $50 for a solder charge. And so this actually should be $261 and then the rest of them would stay the same. So your inventory cost is fine. You did all these great. What Mel wanted was a soldering charge added to the default price because that's the labor that we associate with it. And you can see it's 50. So it's actually this plus this, but it probably makes sense to build a tag so we can sort these. Mel probably wants an S30, a solder charge 30 for silver, and a solder charge 50 for gold. I'm going to ask her to try to connect with you today so you guys can go through this and fix these. I forgot that she wanted this, so that was my mistake, but that should probably get you going on that. So with that, sorry about the background noise. That's all what I got for you today. There's probably a couple more items in Bill.com that could be updated. So with that, that's what I got for you today. And good luck. And then I'm out of pocket for most of the day.